Imagine a place on earth where 9-year-old boys wrestle bears, where kids don't play soccer after school. Instead, they step onto a wrestling mat and don't leave until someone taps. A place where the mountains are so high that every breath you take has less oxygen than what you're breathing right now. And from this tiny republic, which most people couldn't even find on a map, emerged the most dominant fighter in UFC history, Khabib Nurmagomedov. With 29 fights, 29 wins, and 0 losses, and in 13 UFC bouts, he lost only 1 round. In his final fight, he submitted Justin Gaethje in the second round, reportedly with a broken foot, 2 broken toes, and a fractured bone. Khabib isn't an exception, he's a product. That tiny republic, Dagestan, with 3 million people, boasts a single city with over 50,000 competitive wrestlers. They've produced more Olympic wrestling gold medalists than entire countries. At the 2024 Paris Olympics, Russia was banned from competing, yet 3 of the 6 freestyle gold medals still went to fighters born in Dagestan, competing for other nations because their own country couldn't send them. The fighter who took Khabib's throne, Islam Makhachev, is on a 16-fight win streak, doing the exact same thing, same village, same methods, same mountains. So, what is it about this place? What are they doing in those mountains that builds fighters the rest of the world simply cannot break? And more importantly, what can you take from their training and use starting this week, with almost no equipment, no matter your age? The word Dagestan literally translates to land of mountains. Half the republic is covered in mountains, with peaks reaching over 4,267 meters. Villages are carved into cliffsides where the only way in or out is a dirt road that disappears in winter. Khabib grew up in Sildi, a village situated above 1,829 meters. To put that into perspective, that's higher than every ski resort in Europe. This wasn't where he went for a training camp, this was where he lived. Where he woke up every morning, where he ate breakfast, where he walked outside and the air already contained less oxygen than what a sea-level athlete breathes during the hardest workout of their life. The thing most people miss about Dagestan is that the training doesn't start in the gym, it starts with daily life. This is one of the least urbanized places in Russia. Almost 60% of the population lives in rural mountain villages. Kids grow up herding sheep across steep terrain, and hiking trails just to get to a neighbor's house. Every single day, from the time you can walk, your body is carrying loads, climbing, and balancing on uneven ground. The gym just adds technique to a body that's already been forged by the landscape. And then there's wrestling. In Dagestan, wrestling isn't just a sport, it's closer to a language. They have a traditional folk style called tutush that dates back centuries. Villages would send their best wrestlers to compete against each other during harvest festivals and religious holidays. It was how young men proved themselves, how clans settled disputes without bloodshed. A boy who could wrestle carried the pride of his entire village on his back. Now, everything you just heard about Dagestan, the culture, the wrestling, the mountains, all of it funnels through one man, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov, Khabib's father and arguably the most important combat sports coach who has ever lived. His training philosophy was unlike anything in Western MMA. He believed MMA was 20% striking and 80% grappling. His reasoning was precise: in striking, you get injured, while in grappling, you can train harder and more often without breaking. Striking has 6 core techniques, grappling has 116. The math was clear to him. His mountain conditioning protocol, which came from a book he wrote that was published after his death, was military in its precision. He wrote, "The mountain work should be to the summit, meaning an ascent. For the first 3 days, you walk, all subsequent days, you run. If you weigh 60 kilograms, you carry 6 kilograms of stone weight, that's 10% of your body weight carried additionally." Every single detail was calculated, nothing was random. His daily schedule for fighters in camp looked like this: wake up at 6 a.m. Morning exercises by 6:30 a.m. Then tactical preparation after breakfast. After that, the first training session of the day. Then rest, and he meant real rest, until 4:30 p.m. The second training session ran from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. every day. The motto he had displayed on the wall of his academy was 3 words: upbringing, education, sports, exactly in that order. Because to Abdulmanap, the fighting was never the point. The fighting was just proof that the rest of the system worked. The reach of Abdulmanap's system extended far beyond his family. Islam Makhachev came to train under him as a teenager, and Abdulmanap treated him like a second son. Umar Nurmagomedov, Usman Nurmagomedov, an entire generation of fighters passed through that gym, and every single one of them carried the same DNA. Now, there's a moment in this story that changes everything. If you followed MMA, you already know what's coming. On July 3, 2020, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov died from complications of COVID-19. He was 57 years old. But the plan didn't die with him. In 2025, Khabib invested roughly $5 million to build a state-of-the-art training facility in Sildi, his father's village, at 1,829 meters altitude, in a village of maybe 500 people. Because the next generation of Dagestani fighters needs the same mountains, the same mats, and the same system that Abdulmanap designed from the ground floor of his house 30 years ago. So, the father's plan lives on, and the fighters it produces are still dominating the sport at every level. But now, let me give you their actual workout. I call this the Eagle's Nest Circuit, named after Khabib's nickname, the Eagle. 7 exercises, each one pulled directly from what Dagestani fighters do in the mountains. You'll need a pull-up bar, a towel, and a sandbag. Total cost, maybe $30. The way this works is simple: you do 1 set of each exercise, moving straight to the next with no rest between them. After all 7, that's 1 round. You rest, then you go again. The rounds are your sets. Now, let me walk you through each exercise. First one, hill sprints. This is the foundation of everything. Khabib started doing hill sprints at 5 years old and never stopped. If you have a hill near you, use it, that's always the best option. But if you don't have access to a hill, a treadmill set to an 8% to 12% incline works as a substitute. Just don't hold on to the side handles. The second you grab on, you take the load off your legs and core, and the whole exercise loses its point. For beginners, start with 20 seconds at a moderate pace, then walk back down or step off for recovery, doing 4 to 6 reps. If you're advanced, aim for 30 to 45 seconds at high intensity. Then there's exercise number 2, sandbag ground to shoulder. This replaces stone lifting. In Dagestan, they pick up natural boulders, but you're going to use a sandbag. You can make one for under $20 with a duffel bag and playground sand. Set the sandbag on the ground, squat down, wrap your arms around it, and drive it up to one shoulder. Drop it back down, then do the other side. This trains your entire posterior chain, glutes, hamstrings, lower back, traps, plus the bear hug grip that directly transfers to clinch work and real-world strength. For beginners, start at 25% to 30% of your body weight, doing 4 reps each side. For advanced individuals, work up to 50% of your body weight or higher, doing 6 reps each side. If you weigh 90 kilograms, your goal sandbag is 45 kilograms, and that takes time, so don't rush it. Now, the bear crawls. This is one of the most underrated exercises in existence, and it's a staple of every wrestling gym in Dagestan. Hands under your shoulders, knees too. 5 to 5 centimeters off the floor, no higher. Move your opposite hand and foot together, forward, backward, and laterally. The key is keeping your back flat. Imagine someone balanced a glass of water on your lower back. If it spills, you're doing it wrong. Your hips should not sway side to side, and your butt should not pike up toward the ceiling. Start with 14 meters or 15 seconds. If you're advanced, aim for 23 meters or 30 seconds. After that, we have sprawls. This is the wrestling defense movement. From a standing position, kick both legs back explosively. Drive your hips into the ground like you're stuffing a takedown, then pop immediately back up to your stance. It's like a burpee, but with a purpose. The difference between a sprawl and a burpee is intent. A burpee goes straight down and straight up, while a sprawl drives your hips forward and down. Imagine someone just shot for your legs, and you need to slam your weight onto their back. Do 3 sets of 8 reps with a full reset between each rep. After some time, progress to 5 sets of 12 reps or 30 to 60 second timed intervals where you sprawl as fast as possible. These will exhaust you faster than almost anything else in this circuit. Now, the next exercise replaces rope climbing. Khabib climbed thick ropes hand over hand with no leg assistance. The towel pull-up gets you on the same path. Drape a towel over your pull-up bar. Grab both ends and do pull-ups. Your forearms and grip will be on fire within the first set, that's the point. The thick, unstable grip forces your forearms to work 10 times harder than a regular pull-up. If you can't do a full towel pull-up yet, start with dead hangs. Grab the towel and just hang for 30 to 60 seconds. Then progress to eccentric towel pull-ups, jump to the top and lower yourself down as slowly as possible. Then work toward full reps. Start with 3 to 5 reps, when that gets easy, do 8 to 10 reps. Now again, grab your sandbag, lock it tight against your chest with both arms wrapped around it, and walk. That's it, simple. This mimics the stone carries Dagestani fighters do in the mountains. The key is keeping the sandbag high on your chest, not letting it sag down to your belly. Squeeze it like you're trying to crush it, and keep your posture tall. The second you round forward, your lower back takes over, and the exercise becomes dangerous instead of useful. First, walk for 18 meters with a moderate weight. After you get stronger, change to 36 to 55 meters with a heavy bag. If you want to go full Dagestan, carry it uphill. And the last exercise, dead hangs. This is your grip finisher and your longevity exercise. Studies show that grip strength predicts mortality better than blood pressure. Grab a pull-up bar with both hands, feet off the ground, and just hang. Relax your shoulders, let them come up toward your ears slightly, and breathe. Your only job is to not let go. Build to 60 seconds. Once you can hold 60 seconds comfortably, progress to single-arm hangs, weighted hangs, or towel hangs. Aim for 5 to 10 minutes of total hang time per session, broken into whatever rounds you need. Now, after you finish all 7 exercises, that's 1 round. Rest for 90 seconds to 2 minutes, then go again. If you're a beginner, do 2 to 3 rounds, and for advanced, 4 to 5 rounds. That's your entire workout.